design is the question. Because opponent is having 2 connected pass pawns. And maybe I can really move myself here. You will be able to see the topic. Hey Hazeledge, how are you doing? So opponent is having connected pass pawns. The question will be if we keep opposition being 3 types of 1, 3, 5 squares distance between the kings. The most common is 1 square, close opposition. So after king e4, at least this should be the best without thinking. Computer shows you automatic also the best response of opponent. Now, this is another motive of black, another idea of black how he could win the game, because if he keep distance, I think I'm the square of the pawn, if we count that, you should count it like that, when the pawn was on h5 here. Here we go. Let's count the square of the pawn. That means after you're moving the king out, let's say king d6, king d4, king c6, you are not anymore able to follow the black king. But you have fantastic counterattack. If black is going to the d6, you go to d4, and when black is going to c6, you have an e5, f6 approach, because on e5 you're still in the square of the pawn. We can also move to the analysis board, maybe. Yeah, let's move to the analysis board. So there's a king e4 without engine. So king d6, I meant that. Now you're out of the square of the pawn. So if you play king c4, you lose automatic. But king e5, there we go. This is your counterattack. And if h4, you need a 1, 2. You just need to calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. 1, 2, 3. So you have to come to the pawn. He's coming here. You have to come to the pawn. But then you have the final moment to take an opposition after you lost the pawn. You know you're gonna lose the pawn. You cannot stop that moment. But you try to reach a final drawish opposition. And this is gonna be, for the more beginners, I can show you the technique how to make a draw. So just keep going straight. Straight means after it's your turn and you're not able to step on the left or right, just keep going back straight, if I can call it like that. So there is a check and final stalemate position. Looks like draw. So we go back to this position where my opponent, I go back to this computer, choose to play h4. Now is the time to ask you, is it going to be the same situation? Do we really have time to make the g3? Let's say g3, g5 will be the final opposition. Do we have time to make this final opposition, to capture h4 and make this opposition, or black is faster? Do you think so? Here, black is winning. Well, you see some variations on the top. Oh, yeah, you also see evaluation. It's not so great. How to hide that? I'm not sure. We have also evaluation line here on the board, on this side. No, this side. So could be a factor for you. But do you think so? Black is winning? Because it's a very strange. Here the engine is showing h4 is excellent, and it's going to be minus 2.2. I can recommend to never trust to the engine in the end game. Never trust to the engine in the end game. All the time check out, please check out with the second engine, with the second human, with the different software, by yourself, by Grandmaster 2. Never trust to the engine. And you can see at the same time this line that it's showing 0.0. Here we go, on the left side of the board. So if you know -2 and if you know 0, 0, 0, which one you gonna trust for? Use the table basis. If we talk about table bases, you mean in the past we call this Nalimov table bases. They're very precise. It's going to be automatic. It's going to count the position automatic to the end. I mean, let's say checkmate in 35 moves, he's going to show you the whole solution, Nelly move table base. But I think chess.com bought some, by some, not really sure, license about it. And it's not anymore existing in the online free platform, what I know anymore. But anyway, if we talk about this, this is not like that. So this is not table based. This looks like just engine, what is showing you the best move, better move, and excellent move. You have many options on the on the top, and you have choice between. But still, you have to use your brain. So do you think so, guys, this will be the same identified situation as before? Do you think so it's already draw? And do you have any suggestions how? Or you think so it's already lost? So I'm in short asking you, what's the difference between h4 and king d6? Is there a hope after h4 black would be winning? It's a very simple question. Hey John, how are you doing? I'm addicted to the coffee. I want to bring one more. It's gonna be the fourth one for today. Okay, so hey Derek, how are you doing? How is your improvement, man? Draw. Okay, so for sure we have to go and capture the pawn wherever you go. Wait, black is playing actually by computer moves, doesn't really matter. We just take the pawn, and now all what we need is we can go back, but doesn't really matter what we're gonna do. All these squares are working for us. Just to be ready after opponent capture here, we have to be here. So g5 to g3 are the key squares, correspondence squares in this case. So after king h4, he can play until tomorrow. I don't care. I just need to not step here after he's able to take. I just need to keep the pressure, yeah. Yeah, so computer is agreed by draw. Excellent. So it doesn't matter in the starting position how black should start. If it's a white to move, white is winning. Of course, if it's a black to move, very often in the old books you have such a situation and both sides move. Good to know what's happening. If it's a black to move, you just come here, collect this pawn, and a little bit later, push. By the way, today I arranged another sub-battle for the eventually 19. May will be Thursday, and we have next Thursday too, 12, we have again slow dump, and on 19 we have, I just saw today against Lula. This is a so new streamer. She's very nice. I saw her streaming sub battle against Anna Kramling, so I'd be glad to make a sub battle against her too on 19. So 12 against slow dump, 19 against Lula. So be ready, subs. Be ready to fight for Amazonkas. We have to win. 2 sub battles in May. In June, it's time for Black Sea. But in the end of the June, I have also some team competition. Yeah, it was a team competition first. Okay, so now if it's a white move, simple draw after king e4. We can go back and now move to the next exercise if that's crystal clear for you. We just go by the next one. King and pawn and game. King and pawn and game opposition outflanking. This is the topic. Let's show you the topic first. King and pawn and game opposition outflanking. We can choose color too. So intermediate level, but it's showing 1200 actually. So okay, it's similar situation. This position I know very well, like my name. And maybe I could ask you, somebody ever solve any homework of me or cover any, have the happiness to cover any Dvoretsky games with me? will know the move in the chat. But I think there are not many students in the chat. Distant opposition. It is working. The problem of distant opposition will be you have to have a in advance strategy. So you have to have a strategy if I go here, and if I go here, and if I go here, most of all. So the problem of distant opposition is you have to make it shorter. So you can simply use the space. What's my space? That you control, you have extra pawns, so you control much more squares comparing to the black. But black is not able to step on e6. So you have to use this advantage that black is not able to step on e6. And you have to make the opposition shorter, like 3 squares, and then 1 square, and then step by step kick him out and take d6 even for free, or promote the pawn if it's possible. If we go to king e2, I'm still able to hold on the opposition by king e8. If you go to king e1, okay, of course, move like king f7 existing. So if you come to f1, I go back to e7 again. So that's what I mean, how really you'd like to improve, how you'd really like to go up. What's the way? Do you have any idea? Hey, Lucky Reader, how are you doing? Next week, let's start collecting the people, even, I think, even from Monday or Tuesday. I guess we need a strong first board too. We're still searching for somebody between 2-2 and 2-4. Even Jersey could be our first board. I don't mind. He's enough strong. But, yeah. We have to make a sub-battle against the Biscuit Girl. You could be strong first board too. I was asking you in Skype for upcoming sub-battle. So we have 2, one on 12 and one on 19. One of it is 7 p.m. set. So, you want to go to b4 and push c5, Mr. Burns. Okay, so if this is your approach, king e1, king e8. If you go to d2, I go to d7. You go to c3, I go to c7, 3 squares opposition. Go to b4, I have enough time to make an opposition. And then c5, I cannot say it's existing. I cannot say c5 is working anymore. If you have this plan, I think it's a pretty simple one. And when position is so, you know, symmetrical, I can simply follow you. Fake background? It's, you mean beautiful background? Of course, it's not my living room. I'm streaming one more time in the kitchen. I'm giving lessons in the kitchen. I'm recording my videos in the kitchen. I'm doing everything in the kitchen. Hey, chess heroes, you crushed me yesterday, man. I couldn't sleep all day, all night. I couldn't sleep. Actually, I made a nap this afternoon. Okay. What is the question? The question is how to update the position of the white king. Fake. It's a beautiful background. You're so sorry. I was following your reaction after the game. You know what? I didn't know who I play against because let's say I didn't recognize your account, so I thought it's just somebody with 1,800. Maybe if I knew that this is of course Chess Heroes, Andre Horn. I'm gonna play more serious, you know. That's a little overestimate rating, how to say. So definitely you catch me. I didn't pay attention who I play against. But guys, of course, check out Chess Heroes. Excellent channel, supported by 3 people, I think so, and great content. Follow their channel. They are very, very nice guys. She's sleeping. Sometimes that happen. If I'm super tired, I'm able to sleep everywhere. By the way, it's not a joke. I didn't take a bath in the kitchen, but I have some access through balcony, and then I can jump to the taking a bath. Yes. And I'm cooking there, of course. I'm cooking also here. Yeah. So king 1, king 8, king d2, king d7, king d3. You have a different move. Let's check out Judge. King d2, king d7. By the way, Sotar must know the answer of this exercise one more time. Who is able to cover with me several Dvoretsky endgames? He must know the answer, so I can blame on Sotar if he didn't show me the answer now. King d3. Alright, the problem with king d3 could be... maybe king d7 though. Yeah, maybe king d7. Sorry, king d8. So if you go up, I go down, and you cannot go up.
Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, thank you so much, Sotar. I'm still waiting for the answer of this exercise, by the way. If white is lucky, he wins. If white is unlucky, it's draw. I can invite Andrea to play for us in upcoming sub-battles, maybe on next Thursday, and the next one too. We have 2 sub-battles. We can separate the people too. Hey Pratik, happy to see you. How are you doing, man? Still waiting for fresh suggestions. Let's go. Trying to get out of answering question. I see. I see. You get out successful currently, but if Logis was in the chat, I could blame on him too. Alright, guys, pizza delivery. Oh, I didn't eat so much tonight, so don't make me hungry. Wait, what? I forgot something in the car. Oh, my car is still repairing. The bill. I don't want to ask soon what's gonna be the bill. I'm still waiting. I don't need it currently, but I'm trying to repair it after 3 years of not driving. And I'm gonna be ready soon. Something like king g2, and depends on where the black king goes. Exactly. Okay, I'm happy with the Sotar answer. YouTube video. Last night games, but I'm also willing to accept we can plan a stream rematch. Or you can get revenge. Yeah, sure. We can make a match. I'm pretty interested. Andrew, yeah, I'll be very glad. If you'd like, contact with me in Discord to arrange the match. I'd be very interested, because now after we finish Arena, we don't have on Wednesday a regular Arena stream, so we have free 2 hours to make a match. Why not? If you're able at this time, will be nice. Cool. We can do bullet, blitz, rapid. Make a plan. I'm free. I'm free all the time. I think I never decline a call-up or whatever. So Coach Sotar was alright. King G2. Can I show you something? King G2 is the best. +4. There we go. Let's keep going with the best moves. King G2, it's outflanking, guys. This was the topic. If you've been precise, and watch out. The beginning, the topic of this exercise, you're gonna know why King G2, and this is calling outflanking. Maybe some sort of odds match? How much head start will you give, Adrian? I think he crushed me 3-1. It's our average score between. No, yesterday he beat me 3 times or something like that. I said, who is this guy? Just 1,800. Chat also said, who is this poor rating guy? But you have a poor rating, you have to have much more, really. You took all my rating because the tournament was rated. Yeah. So, okay, so the idea of outflanking is black is also not have excess of that, and if there is a king f6 in short 1 2 3, you count 1 2 3, make an opposition like that, and then use the zigzag method to make it shorter. 1 square distance is our final goal. Žleć hacked your YouTube algorithm. So after king f7, again we count 1 2 3, and I'm pretty sure you know what's the move. So I'm gonna play king f3. We don't need to keep another outflanking, because from 5 squares we already update the position of our king f3, of course, and now we're ready to bring the king up. So 1 square distance, so it's gonna be easy job. Just for information, what's supposed to be the move after king g6, chat? What's supposed to be the move after king g6? Maybe I should go for the analysis room one more time. Bam, bam, bam. I think they went... No, they went to f7. But we can check out different scenario, but I'm asking you, what's going on after king g6? King g4? Okay, if king g4, king f6 then? No, we just check out very simple exercise tonight. Okay, to be fair, this is a little bit more complicated. After this, I will compensate you with some easy exercise. King e4 or king e3? Okay, finally what? Show me. We're gonna set c5, and what about take? Currently, I'm in the square of the pawn, so what you gonna do? So keep in touch in Discord. I think we have I'm gonna write down. We have old people in the team. So what about 3+2? I was giving suggestion for Lula to make the battle 3+2, because I said we have old people in the team. So we need 3+2 time control for the sub battle. So let me see if she's going to be agreed. Okay, so we're in there. You around the king, around the pawn. You have to check out if there is enough time. Yes. So now if regular plan was king e5, you have to check out king f7, because d6 you go here. seems like, yeah, seems like draw. So here the correct way to promote this queen gonna be king d6, but I'm not pretty sure that you have enough time. No, you don't have. c5 is downstairs, Wegener. So the answer could be simple, but I see that you still make mistakes in the chat. So somebody said king e4, king e3, and also chess heroes confirm you can simply go around. Here we go. Now gonna be enough time because black king is already out. So this is calling also diagonal position. He's not really okay to go here, but he can try. Let's say king f6, king d4, diagonal position. If he try this strategy, then the move is pretty simple. Now c5 looks excellent. Why? Because you just support your pass pawn. It's very, very simple explanation. It's promoting in a forcing way. If they didn't capture, if they play something like that, even you're able to take or you're able to push. Both are a very, very easy win. So if he's coming here, it's pretty easy. If he's going here, now c5 will be draw again. Let's explain why. Because black has time to stay in front of the pawn. Also, easy draw. Push, stay in front, here, check, here, stalemate. Easy job. So, please take care when you're gonna push. The fact that you have extra pawn only is not enough in the pawn endgames. You should have space for the king. You should be in front of the pawn, and you should take opposition first and push opponents being his turn. If it's not, you're not able to win space if you don't win the opposition. Now you should calculating, of course, if this gonna be enough time. Yes, should be, because the black king was here and we've been here, so he's not able to follow us to the end. So now what's the final winning move without problems? Let's avoid the problems and play simple chess. King a5. Yes, I'm explaining also such a simple things that this is calling a diagonal opposition, one square distance between. It's a5, yeah. King a5, exactly. If I come here, based on the space advantage, you just come, and this is calling Zug Zwang. Zug Zwang. You just win the pawn. And now, of course, you can promote whatever you wish. Knight and bishop checkmate. If I keep going with b7, now you're able to make a direct opposition with the direct threat to the pawn again, so he must protect the pawn, and now we advance our king to a6, and this is exactly winning of more and more space. Where is this space? We already covered b7 and b6 square. So we simply kick out black. If you come here, I can say it doesn't really matter of your next move, because you have a triangulation of the king. That's mean you're gonna win again more space. Here, I just give you example that here doesn't matter that you're gonna lose the opposition, because again you have the triangulation of the king and give the turn to the opponent and get access of the most important square, c6. Thank you, chess heroes. Please check out our Discord, and I hope so you're gonna find me there. You're gonna find me there. Without a lesson in king, plus 2 queens before, 2+ would be useless now. Come on, Mr. Burns. Come on. Stop joking. It was just a game of Gyokyo, yeah? Gyokyo, yeah. So it was some bullet game. Oh, you're already in Discord. Okay. Yeah, check out Chess Heroes game. Chess Hero. Don't check out our games. Check out the channel only. Check out the channel. So we just explain in a detail process why this endgame is winning. Hey, Paul March, how are you doing? So King c7 or King c6, both access. If c7 is forbidden, we go to the key square c6. After protection, little zigzag. Again, please, patience. Don't really go for so fast pushing of c5. You can simply win that pawn like extra in the pocket. There we go. Where is my pocket? You can win it here. And then you are able to push above ahead to the end. Promote a queen. So you don't need to exchange. Thank you so much, Pawn Mart, for cheering. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So don't exchange, guys, if you're able to win that in a forcing way. Let's go back to the exercise where opponent go to e7. Okay, so now probably you understood already. You understood already the strategy, how to win that. Now I'm gonna leave you chat to win this endgame against the computer. Now will be easier because you know already the technique. King g5. GRC probably have to keep silence because these exercises are pretty simple for him. Oh, Bommerch! Thank you so much, Sotar! Coach Sotar! Coach Sotar again making you sub in the channel. Merci Paul. Abonnement. Shadow. I'm very bad on French. Share with you several times. We have a French speaker at home, but not really. But how? King of 5, there we go. And I will not ask you anymore. So, because it's very easy. You just go to e6 and you just go for... you don't get the technical part of all these theories. A lot of the same on all my games. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it's good to play, guys, but only play all your life and didn't understand really the game makes no sense. You have simple diamond membership and you can just test it. You can just test it, you can just try it for 1 month. You can just check out the benefits if you'd like to become more advanced player, not world champion, more advanced player, understand better the game, check out the endgame fundamentals, in-game practicing and so on. I think you have to know these basic things to avoid the stalemates. And then, can you imagine if you make a draw in this endgame 2-1 in an OTB series game? All the spectators gonna laugh of you. Oh, this guy cannot win the game with extra pawn. That's funny, no? Okay, so this is the... You see, computer is still fighting. So if I push here, king c8, huge chance to make a draw after king c6, stalemate. Still, I'm able to make a mistake. But I'm gonna push, I'm gonna sack this. I don't care because I promote the queen. And now, the fastest checkmate will be, let's show you, in a very fast and furious mood. I'm cutting the less part of the board because I want to checkmate him as fast as possible. I cut again the last part of the board because guarantee also space for the king, and this could be pre-move in the fast game. Boom! Game over. Okay, we can go to some simple exercise too. King and 2 pawns against king. No, this is very... Oh, this is interesting now. I mean, it's very simple exercise, but this is a bit interesting because, again, based on the fact that wherever you go, I go to the corner, and the whole plan is you're not really able to advance your king based on the stalemate picture. So sometimes you should sacrifice something what you don't really need to avoid the stalemate picture. How? If you go to h5, I go to the corner. Yeah. You want to become world champion. Okay, X-Pac, we have to work much more than... I think we have to work every single day for that goal. h8 queen, I have to take. And king h6 with opposition, king g8, and then push, of course. So you're able to promote, there we go. I can say that both moves are working, and then you just push, guarantee promoting of the queen, and again to show you My favorite knight square from the king, knight square from the king, knight square from the king, knight square, and boom, boom, boom. 3 moves. Game over. Very easy exercise. Save draw. Let's check out something else. So here the question could be, if the pawns are keeping each other. Yes, we have 2 extra pawns. Looks very simple exercise. The topic is king and 2 pawns against king, a file apart. If black threatens to take one of the pawns, make it possible to do so safely. Bring your king up and victory will soon be yours. Intermediate level of 1200. Actually, we can play against harder 3200. We can click here. No, I cannot. Why? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I can click practice now, maybe. Anyway. So, how these 2 pawns are each other protected and what's supposed to be the strategy for white. Shut. Hey, playing with viewers live. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Bring the king to d5. And she would resign here. You're totally all right, Mr. Burns. So king g2. If they bring the king to any of those, I mean, if king c5, of course, a5. Thank you. And if king a5, c5, and if king is trying to go back here, of course, then you have time to bring the other pawn and keep each other. They are definitely keeping each other. Okay, let's promote a rook this time. For those of you who are blaming on me that... just a second. No, I'm not able to change the settings here. Oh, okay, I can promote a rook. Okay, so now the fastest way is one more time. Let's check out what's the last part of the board. 1, 2, 3. These are less files, so let's go for the D file. If opponent is giving you such a golden opportunity, just go here. And again, as fast as possible, you kick him to the final rank will be great. He played very bad now, so we're looking for opposition, because now if he come back, the checkmate is coming. Bam. And the key moment will be the waiting move in many positions. Waiting move and game over. Go back. Looking for more exciting exercises. The topic here is king and pawn endgame Zugzwang. Zugzwang describes a situation in which a player would rather not make any move. In fact, having the move leads to disaster. Move leads to lose the game. That means Zugzwang. Hey Adrian, how are you doing? So what's supposed to be that move that, one more time, you've got more space? Please check out the key squares too, or right here you have access of this pawn, but check out also how opponent's gonna have access to your pawn too. So be careful, X-Pack. With king e6, man, after king c5, you're gonna be the guy with Zugzwang. Watch out for the mine squares, when the bomb could explode for you, not for opponent. So please take care and use the space. What we talk about, use the triangulation, use the correspondence squares, and so on. So you have more space. Here we go. You have also another faster access, and black is slower. Slower because he need additional move. So that's why king f6. If he come to b5, the correct move is e7. He has to protect the pawn here. He doesn't have time for king c4. And then after he protects, king e6 gonna be Zugzwang. If he comes here, we go directly here, and there is no draw. And this is already very boring checkmate. He's not resigning. Boom. Okay, So you see that this checkmate is supposed to happen for some more seconds, especially online. It's much faster. We can move to another interesting exercise, supported. Yeah, this is talking about triangulation. King and pawn and game triangulation. Very, very common exercise. One more time, extra pawn, extra pass pawn. And how to convert this advantage. Try triangulation. If you can pass the move to black here with the triangulation maneuver, then black will have to let in your king. All right, let me see if you find out that are complicated. No, I don't think so. You can gain time in classical, yeah, for sure. In the endgame part, gain enough time to the clock to figure out king f5, king f7. It's not good to go to directly these key squares, corresponding squares, because it's supposed to be draw. Yeah, so I think we're gonna find out the correct plan with the triangulation. We have triangulation. King e4 or king f4 both could work and get access to f5 after you are ready. So king e4, if king e8, so if you go to e4, there's a king e8. If you go to f4, I still go to f8. So, and then when you go to e5, so the idea is to get the same position with a different turn. Because after it, if it's black to move now and black play king e8, you go here, king f8, f7 supposed to win the game. If it's a black's turn, king f7, king f5, and king g6 access. Easy job. So if you reach this position and it's a black's turn, every move of black is losing. So that's why it doesn't really matter if you're triangulation. This is the computer what he's answering. I can directly go to f7 and not really wasting time to take this and to promote h-pawn. f7 has to be the fastest way. Free move and boom. Little bit more complicated exercise. Let's finish by this. It's which turn it is? I think it's a white to move. It's written the topic here: king and pawn endgame, invasion 2. Don't worry about the opposition here. You're much more active than your opponent and can force your way in. So I'm waiting for fresh suggestions. This we could call complicated, but yeah. What do you think? So gonna finish the game because you have one more time. Of course, king c5 if it's a white's turn. Outflanking. Outflanking wins space based on this more advanced king in this case, we could say, because you don't have this space if your king is here. You're not able to go for outflanking if black king was here. So it's about activity of your king first. If it was a black to move, I think black could hold on draw by king d6, king c4, king c6, so there is no way to improve the position. But if it's a white to move, looks like easy win. Even in this case, again, based on the space, we don't care about triangulation. We just go to win a space and win these 2 pawns. It's very, very easy exercise. Let's promote 2 bishops. Just for fun, okay. When whatever opponents has a king, in this case, there is an iron rule that your king is supposed to be on any knight square from the corner, but in general. But in this case, I think even you're able to be in the end of the board, so we can include all these squares to be, and limitation is the next process. Now, computer is not really playing so genius, so we just limit the most important square, and now give it the turn to the opponent, and now force checkmate. Take care about stalemate again. Yeah, black is playing very, very bad. Maybe it's yeah, the level is a very poor one, but we just check out the final picture. What's the final approach? I'm not sure where exactly we could click on. Okay, yeah, by the way. Okay, I know that, so let's go for the last one. King and pawn endgame, maintain the opposition. If you can maintain the opposition, then watch out for pawn breaks. White's extra pawn will not be enough to win. Let's go for 3,200. And yeah, maybe now, yes, no. I click on now 3,200, but it's still showing me 1,200. I'm not sure. So which turn it is? Wait, is it the black to move? Ah, yeah, it's a black to move, sorry. Yeah, it's a black to move. Again, people like Sotar must know the answer. But anyway, you can share it with me. Maybe you ever forgot about it. So this is a very good example. One move is losing, the other one is making draw. Who is going to find out the losing move? So, I mean, which move is making draw, of course? This is supposed to be the question. Interesting fact. Logis escaped from the... Logis didn't come on time for the endgame lesson. Interesting. But we have another lesson for more advanced Dorfman lesson. You must know, really. Until you find out the solution, I'm going to the Dorfman strategy book. First, we will announce the push tournament, and then we can go to the Dorfman book. I have two books. So, there we go. Method and chess, critical positions. Okay, check out what kind of critical positions we have. I think we didn't go over so many exercises yet. All right, I'm ready. Me, of course, of losing move. King f7. King h7, h5 looks lost. Wegener again is alright. He knows some basics. He was asking me to show you more complicated exercises. Maybe he can simply send me some kind of exercises or example or link about. I think chess.com are having plenty, so I think so also chat needs a little bit more explanation. All right, it's gonna be a lesson only between me and him otherwise, so I think it's good to check out almost everything or start from any point and go deeper, you know. So let's say next week we can go over more complicated exercises on Wednesday before the battle on Thursday. more pawns, more complex position in the endgame, yeah. So now this is, of course, crystal clear. We should go to the f7 choosing, because if there's h5, we exchange here. Let's go to the analysis board. So if we choose h7, the losing, this is the losing move. There is h5, we have to take, and now there is opposition, what we already talked about. And if you go to the right, I follow you, you go to the right, I follow you, and this is the basic position, what you must know, like your name. One more time, we are using the outflanking, guarantee a space. If you go in front, guarantee more space, and push to the end. Nobody could stop you. That's why king h7 is a wrong approach. King f7, this could never happen because you have time to stay in front of the pawn. And now the white king is not in front of the pawn. The white king is not winning opposition. So that's why this is very, very simple draw. Must know my name. Okay, so f5, pushing that. We can, of course, now explain that doesn't matter the opposition when you have such a pawn like rook pawn. You just need to go to the corner. There we go. Occupy g8 and h square. h8 square will be more than enough to make a draw. Why? Because, one more time, doesn't matter. Wherever you go, there is a stalemate picture. Now we can go back to see what computer will play. He ran away here. If king was going to h6, we keep opposition king h7, king f7, king h8, king f8. Opposition to the end. It's very easy to make a draw here. We can go up now. Yeah, he can try to go around. We can try to go up, because if king here, we have an excellent counterattack. If king here, I don't know, we could go here, and if king g4, we go here, like triangulation. Because now we've got more space. Now we can simply take here. Now we can play for a win.